Bruce Gordy, and it's a pleasure to be back in the chambers again. It's been a long time. It's a travesty to see what has happened on the other side of town, on the east side of town. The development that's gone on over there in the last 4 or 5 years is phenomenal. A tremendous benefit to the citizens, to the city, and to everyone involved. It's a travesty that that has not occurred on the other side. The only thing that's occurred on the west side of town is buildings that have been built with public funds. And my contention is that if you want to develop the west side of Orlando, then get out of the way. Let the city get out of the way and let the market and the private developers develop it. They'll bring houses, they'll bring affordable housing, but you got to get out of the way. We're talking about land that was acquired. I was on council at the time. We took the liquor store and we tore those buildings down, and there was a reason. There was a reason. It was crime. It was bad. They were flop houses. And I'm sure all of you have been back over there in the last few days or last few weeks since you've been looking at this. I've been over there a couple of times. I rode by there today on my way down here just to see what was going. It is a beautiful piece of property. I would love to buy that for $253,000 if you don't make me build on it right now. But I would love to buy it for that. When I rode by there were a couple of guys sleeping in there, and that's fine because homeless people need a place to sleep. I don't have a problem with that. But as I was riding down one of the side streets, a couple of young guys, and they were very young. They were trying to sell me drugs. Okay, white man in that area trying to sell me drugs. The problem we've got with what we're trying to do is it won't work. You know, there is a definition of something of making the same mistake over and over and over again, expecting different results. It doesn't work. And it's not going to work here. We're talking about building houses, prefabbed houses, okay, prefabbed houses on a slab. We're talking about building prefabbed houses that have got to cost over $200,000. Okay, 950 square foot home. I've got one in College Park, a 950 square foot home that I've had on the market for $235,000, and guess what? I haven't sold it. Who do you think is going to buy these houses in Parramore? You're going to market it to the Parramore residents for $213,000. Granted, you got subsidies, you're going to bring it down some, but you're going to market to them? How many citizens, how many residents of Parramore are living in City View? We spent a lot of money to develop that apartment. Affordable apartment? How many residents are actually living in there from that community? I would like to know that. And the same thing here. If you don't have the Parramore residents that are going to buy these homes, who's going to come in there and pay $350,000 for the market value from the outside? This is a catalyst for redeveloping Parramore? This is not a catalyst. You got to clean up the area. We're getting ready to spend $1 billion, okay, of taxpayers' money and private money to build a performing arts center, a new arena, and a Citrus Bowl renovation, a beautiful corridor. Why in the world are we sitting here today when we're getting ready to spend $1 billion there for economic development? Why are we sitting here today trying to give away a gorgeous piece of property that's going to cost $6,000 a buildable unit? That's what we're getting for it? This makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no economic sense. It makes no sense to the public. It makes no sense to the residents of Parramore. If we're trying to help the residents of Parramore, this is not going to do it. I would challenge somebody to tell me, go find me those 25% that's going to be able to afford this. This absolutely makes no sense from an economic standpoint and from a timing standpoint. I am absolutely amazed that we're actually having this discussion here at this time. We've done this before. I went through about 20 Parramore plans. I went through it numerous times. They've been revised, revised, and revised. I'm sure this is a better plan because all the rest of them were. And I'm sure it's going to work, but if you do this, if you do something like this, and you think this is an economic development, ride down there and look what is next to it on Federal and Livingston Street. Just ride by it. And you tell me somebody's going to buy these houses, and you telling me because we're going to build these houses, that's going to go away? Please, council, take a close look at this, and let's do something that's going to benefit the residents of Parramore and the citizens of Orlando. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Gordy.
I know the details that other people do not know, and you don't have to know, but you need to follow my lead. I'm going to always do what's right. I'm not going to straddle here and there. I'm going to do what's right for the people there. This is a good project. All we've got to do is wait and see. I will be working very closely with PSA. All we've got to do is wait and see. I will be working very closely with PSA. I will be working very closely with Leila and you, Frank, and Tanya, and all of our staff. Let me clarify this first, Mayor Dyer. I've been here 9 years. I met Patrick Aliou 6 or 7 years ago. He is no special friend, but I like him about as much as I like some of the other people I've met in the past 6 or 7 years. I don't know him anymore than I know a lot of other folks that I like and appreciate and we do business with. So I think those roguish ideas of implication and implying some kind of relationship that somebody benefits is absolutely just that. Roguish and libelous and everything else that these folks come with garbage every meeting. I know Patrick. I know him personally. I know his wife. I know his mama. I know all of them. I know him personally. I know his mama. I know all of them. I don't know him anymore than I know a lot of other folks that I like and appreciate and we do business with.
Come back to Parramore. It does not have to be gentrification. Gentrification is literally running all the black people out. So in order to preserve it for our heritage, you've got to have some black people here or there's no heritage. So you better get that through your minds and your heads.
We're literally looking at a shift of populations for Parramore. My concern is how do we move these visions forward without overwhelming a community and literally wiping the indigenous people out. And he said to me that the only way we're going to move in Parramore and get it right is that all of my people have got to go. I was stunned. Will not be minority for long. We're going to guarantee that. You give me 3 years and there will not be, well, never mind. Over 5,000 people in Parramore have left. We want some people to come back. And they're not going to be the 5,000 who left. And that's okay. Thank you, Mayor. Fairly interesting how so many people love Parramore, but they didn't always love it. We've worked very hard to bring it to where it is. And we've not always been successful. We have worked very hard. And let me tell you, the same naysayers come in here month after month, year after year, not wanting Parramore to progress. And we've not always been successful.
I approach you because of this flyer, this racist flyer that I asked last week if you felt that Bruce Gordy was racist, would you please answer? And I would ask, if you think that he's racist, please let us know now.
The campaign is over.
Okay. The campaign is over. So are you saying that he's racist? Are you even acknowledging that?
The campaign is over. The campaign is over. The campaign is over.